So I'm watching this Schaeferless Productions video about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe courses ranked. I'm thinking, okay, might be some hot takes in this video, and I get to this part right here. He says this.
Sunday. Man, people fucking hate Sky High Sunday.
You damn right everyone hates that stupid ass track, and you put it above like 20 other courses that are definitely better. I think it's official. Me and Schaeferless Productions, we have beef. It's real. I don't get what all these people are doing giving these positive comments. It's simply, Nathaniel Bandy, get the hell out of here. You got like 1,000,000 subs. I don't care, bro. So I decided to take it upon myself to make my own Mario Kart 8 Deluxe all tracks DLC included tier list tier list. So I know, as shown before, I have to start right off the bat with the worst track in the game, Sky High Sunday. This track is hot garbage. He does bring it up in the video where he says it's a complete oval, which is only part of the problem. The other part of the problem is this track is in the dumb Mario Kart 8 anti-gravity the whole time, which sucks. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. And it makes it so slow and floaty and not fun to play. And then there's parts on the track where like the camera will not show you what's in front of you and you can just land on items when you go off the ramps because you couldn't see them. It's an awful track, to say the least. And so the fact that he put it this high in the video, kind of disgusting, to be honest. But at least he put like, here, look at this track. Sky Gardens. Is this it right here? Right here? This is the second worst track in the game. And he only put it one spot lower. Kind of ridiculous if you ask me. Where is it? Where is it? It's hiding from me. Here it is. This one can also go in F tier. The fact that they would butcher such a beloved track is beyond me. The layout is not the same. There's these stupid mushrooms and leaves you can bounce off of that literally add nothing to the track. It's the most ridiculous garbage I've ever seen. But other than that, I'm not going to keep cutting back to the Schaeferless video. From now on, I'm just going to go and order these tracks and put them in a tier list because I think this guy's wrong. 1.84 million subscribers. I get it, it's his opinion and all, but I think mine's better, so I'm going to delete him from my life, even though I'll still be subscribed to him. So, without further ado, Mario Kart Stadium, first track in the game. I remember back in 2013, oh my god, when Mario Kart 8 came out, I was like bawling my eyes out as a kid because it was so beautiful. And I think this track serves as a good, like, right in the middle average track. I think it's a pretty good starter course when you consider the other starting courses in Mario Kart. Like Luigi Circuit sucks, Luigi Raceway sucks, Figure 8 Circuit sucks, but this one's not too bad for a starter course. And I think because of that, it's perfect right in the middle. And not much more to say about that. I won't say too much because I don't need to make a 2-hour video like Schaeferless for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is not even the best Mario Kart in the Mario Kart in general. So, Water Park up next. I don't think this track is that good. Half the track, as you can see in the picture, half the track is like this amusement park ride. It's just one big long turn. And, you know, the track looks cool. I like the theming, but why is it just called Water Park? What kind of name is that? And besides that, there's not much going, but I don't think it's too bad, so I think C tier is a good spot for it. Sweet Sweet Canyon is a pretty stereotypical Mushroom Cup track, I think. Pretty simple layout. And I mean, it's a little creative with the split paths, I suppose, and the little shortcut you can go through the donut. That's pretty cool, but I don't think this track is too great, but it's not bad. So for now, I'll put it in C tier, but I do like it better than Water Park. I will try to keep the tiers loosely ordered, but Thwomp Ruins. This is another pretty average track. Uh, I do like. I think I do like it a little better than Sweet Sweet Canyon and Water Park. It's got the nice little shortcut at the end, but I mean, kind of all the original Mario Kart 8 tracks have the stupid little corner cut shortcuts like that, but at least it's something, I guess. I guess this one's not very good either. All the Mushroom Cup tracks are kind of basic and simple, which I understand that's kind of the point, but I think it's just more of a detriment in general. Mario Kart Circuit, where do I begin? This track is actually horrible. It's an Mobius strip, fun fact, but you probably already knew that. And this was the track that Nintendo used to show off the anti-gravity feature, which is not even cool. It's a stupid gimmick, and I think this is the third track to go in F tier. It's just got these really wide, long turns, and you don't even really notice the anti-gravity because you're paying attention more to the race. It's not like you're upside down while you're driving. You're still right side up when you play the game, and it's stupid. So congratulations, Nintendo, for making Mario Kart lame. And that's all I gotta say about Mario Circuit. Oh wait. It is a Super Smash Brothers stage, but that doesn't do it any favors. Different game. Now Toad Harbor's kind of a W. I'm not gonna lie. This is a pretty good track. I like the theming. The little trolleys are cool. You can bounce off of them if you go off the ramps, which is pretty cool. There's a nice little split path, and there's some cool jumps, and you can see the little Peach Statue of Liberty off to the side. It's pretty nice, and I think it's a very solid track. This one might be an S tier, but I'd have to see how all these other ones turn out. So for now, we'll leave it an A. We might have to bump it up though. Twisted Mansion is a pretty average track, I think. I think it's in the same tier as Mario Kart Stadium for sure. I mean, there's not much going on. Half of it is in this. It's just like underwater, and there's skeleton fish. That's about it. But it's pretty cool, I think. I like the little guys at the end that'll hit you if you're not careful. So I think for that, it goes in B tier. Shy Guy Falls is another pretty good one. Uh, it's just kind of solid, It's got a nice little shortcut at the end. It's pretty cool to go up the waterfall. It's kind of one of the only times where I think the anti-gravity is more noticeable and they use it better instead of just like driving upside down. Oh, really cool, man. Like, you're going up a waterfall, and you're never going to be able to do that in real life. I guess you can never drive upside down in real life, but it's just cooler, I think. So I think for that, it goes in A tier. Dolphin Shoals, I have mixed feelings about, because on one hand, I think its layout is pretty nice, but the only thing holding it back is that it's an underwater track, and driving underwater is not very fun. It's all slow and floaty, just like Sky High Sundae, but it's definitely cooler than Sky High Sundae. There's the eel that you can trick off of. There's like the glider at the end can get pretty hectic too, because you're kind of going onto like a small landing with a sharp turn after. It can lead to some pretty chaotic endings, but I still don't think there's too much going for this track, and I think I'll put it in B tier. Electrodrome. This one I think's a little overhyped, to be honest. It does look really cool, and that's why a lot of people like it. But I find that its layout can be a little boring. Most of it is a straightaway, like at the start when you go onto the road with the lights and you drive on the lights. Like that's pretty much the whole track, and it's just a straightaway, which is something that I've noticed about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is that most of their tracks are pretty short. So when you have half the track as a straightaway, it's just kind of boring, I think. But I think because of its looks, it is decent, and I think I'll put it a little high in B tier. Mount Wario, instant classic. I think this one, without a doubt, is an S. Well, this one's like one of the best ones, so I guess I gotta put it in the double S tier. With the one lap track, and all the three sections are pretty unique from each other. There's a lot of memorable parts of this track. Like at the start when you jump out of the helicopter, like that's so cool. And then there's the part where you're going over the dam with the boost panels and you go through all the trees and you go down the big ski slope at the end. It's just a really cool track with a lot of memorable sections to it. And that's why it's one of the best. Boom, there you go. Cloud Top Cruise is a pretty good track. The little reference where the vine you drive on comes out of a big question mark block. Pretty cool. It was probably mentioned in a Game Explained video where they're like top 10 things you didn't see in Mario Kart 8 trailer. I think that was one of them. But one of my favorite parts about this track is actually how the music changes when you go into the Thundercloud. How it goes from like the classic Mario Kart 8 jazz to like an electric guitar, which is pretty cool. And when you have to dodge the lightning and go over the boost panels, it's pretty fun, pretty fast. I think this is a solid A tier track. Bone Dry Dunes, I think, is a little overhated, and I think it's just because it's not the most visually memorable track. It's just kind of brown. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Don't get it twisted, but just not too much going for it. I think it is a little overhated though, but I feel like some people would put it in D and F, but I wouldn't do it dirty like that, so I'll put it in C. Bowser's Castle is pretty good. I don't like it as much as the other recent Bowser Castles in Mario Kart games. Like I think the Wii Bowser Castle and the GameCube Bowser Castle are definitely better, but it's still pretty solid. I think I'll just leave it in A tier, but on the lower end probably. No, just A tier is fine. Rainbow Road is kind of lame. I'm gonna be honest. Definitely one of my least favorite Rainbow Roads out of all the Mario Kart Rainbow Roads. It's just kind of simple. There's not a lot to it. The only cool part is when you can switch paths with a little shortcut. That's kind of the only good part of the track. Everything else is kind of stupid. The only other redeeming factor is the big blooper spaceship that flies around, and I don't think it's bad enough to go in D tier, but it's definitely a C tier track. Moo Moo Meadows I think it's a pretty average track. I definitely like it better than like Rainbow Road. Yeah, I think I do like it better than Rainbow Road. The only thing holding it back is its layout is pretty simple. It's another Mushroom Cup track. It does look pretty. I think it's a high C tier. I don't think it's too special, but it's got a lot going for itself. GBA Mario Circuit. Now this is a good track. I do like this one quite a bit. And it's pretty compact. There's a lot of turns, a lot of off-road you can cut through to make it pretty fun. I honestly think it's an A tier. This has always been one of my favorites. And I like what they did with the little anti-gravity portion. Even though it doesn't have to be anti-gravity, I just like how they updated the original retro track version. Pretty solid. Cheap Cheap Beach. I like Cheap Cheap Beach. I think it's definitely a good one. There is water on the track, but you don't go through it for that long. And it's just kind of fun. Pretty simple. I wish there were like fish you had to dodge. Wait, are there? I don't remember. But I do like this one. This is like definitely a high B tier track. Toad's Turnpike. Not as bad as it was in Mario Kart 64. Still not great. I think it's a C tier. It's kind of whatever. Not the worst though. Dry Dry Desert. This is a stupid track. So much. This is an example of a track that has too much off road, and it's just a stupid bagging track like Cheeseland and some of the other DLC tracks. And I don't know. It's just kind of boring. Dry Dry Ruins is better. I might have to make some adjustments because I can't bring myself to put any in D tier. But this is C. This is C. Donut Plains 3 is cool. This is in the same vein as Mario Circuit to me. You got some strategy where you can go through the water, you can get an item box. There's the moles you can trick off of. I really like this track. I think it's A tier. Boom. Royal Raceway is without a doubt a classic. I think that goes without saying. No, Nintendo did it dirty though. You can't go to the castle for whatever reason. I guess because Nintendo's just the anti-fun police. So for that, I mean, this might be S actually. I think it's S tier. This is a really good track. DK Jungle's another solid one, without a doubt. Definitely one of the better Mario Kart 7 tracks I could have pulled from. And it's pretty solid. The big gold banana is awesome. The guys at the end that you gotta fly flat past are really cool. I'll leave it in high A for now, but it might make its way to S. I'm not quite sure. DS Wario Stadium is interesting because I really like it in Mario Kart DS, but the way they changed it in Mario Kart 8, I don't really like. I don't know why they added water at the end. It's kind of stupid. I think it's B. Oops, don't do that. I think it's B. Pretty average. Pretty average. Sherbet Land. Mmm. It's another pretty average track, I think. Not the most going on. At least it looks nice, though. I'll give it that. It is pretty, but the racing on it can be kind of boring. I think it's B. Pretty average. Music Park. We love Music Park. This is a really fun one. The way that the instruments make sound as you drive over them with the tambourines that they bounce off and the pianos and the xylophone. All really fun. And the bouncing note guys you can see in the picture. You can do tricks when they land. That's really cool. Definitely a very solid track. Probably one of my favorites from Mario Kart 7 for sure. Yoshi Valley. So glad it finally got brought back in a Mario Kart game. And I really like it. The only thing holding it back is they made it so that, I mean, it was like that in the original too, but only one or two routes is actually useful. Most of them are not even close to being faster than the other ones. But it's pretty good. I just wish they kept the shortcut at the end. This is definitely an A tier track. For sure, for sure. DS TikTok Clock. This is a really good track for Mario Kart DS. Obviously based on the Mario 64 stage. And really solid. I really like this one. This is... can I put it in S? That's an interesting question. I'll leave it in A for now, just like DK Jungle, but if S is needing some tracks, I'll definitely put it up there. Piranha Plant Slide is another decent track from Mario Kart 7. I don't think it's as good as Music Park, but it's pretty solid. It does suffer from being an underwater track, but I think it's still pretty decent for sure. This is another A tier. Boom. Grumble Volcano. This is an unfortunate circumstance because I really like this track in Mario Kart Wii, but I don't know, it's just not the same. I wish they kept the Rock Hop shortcut, which is unfortunate. That one's always really fun because it was challenging, and if you did it well enough, it could save really good time, but they just did it dirty, so I'll put it in B tier. It's still not that bad. N64 Rainbow Road. Thank God they made this a one-lap track. If it was still 3 laps, it would be like 4 times as long as every other track in the game. It looked really pretty. The road texture is really nice. You can see the city below. I think easy A. Easy A. For sure, for sure. Yoshi Circuit, easy top 10 track in the game. I don't think Yoshi Circuit has ever been bad in any Mario Kart it's ever been in. Which would be the original DS. Even like as a custom track on Mario Kart Wii, it's really good. I think this is easy. Easy double S. For sure. Can't go wrong. Excite Bike Arena, this is tough. When this track came out in the original Mario Kart 8 DLC, as a kid I loved it. I thought it was so awesome, you can go off of all the ramps. But I found that it kind of got old really quick. And like Sky High Sunday, it's just an oval, which at least for Excite Bike makes sense because in Excite Bike all the tracks are straight, so they had to do it like that. And the fact the layout changes between like 3 or 4 different ones is cool. I still think it's pretty solid. I'll put an A, but I don't think it'll squeak into S. Dragon Drift Away, I really like this track. A lot of turns, a lot of cool little strategies you can do. I think that's S. Enough said. Mute City's another really fun one. If only they made a new F-Zero game besides F-Zero 99. Uh, I think this one's easy A for sure, but Big Blue is better, so I'll leave this one an A. Wario's Gold Mine. This is another one, like Rumble Volcano. I think they kind of butchered it from Wii. For some reason, they made it so that you can't get hit by the minecarts. You just do the stupid spin boosts off of them, which to me like defeats the point of the minecarts. They're supposed to be a hazard, and you just made them, I don't know, useless. And they also made the shortcut route slower than the regular route, which is, I don't even know how they managed that one. It's supposed to be faster, and they made it slower. I think this will go right next to Grumble Volcano. Oh boy, I really don't like this track. I understand it's a classic. It was the first Rainbow Road. It's been in like 18 Mario Kart games, but I don't like it. I think this is C tier. It's just a simple. The layout's really simple. I mean, the wavy road is cool, but not a lot going for it. It's kind of a luck track, I think. It's just C tier. It's just C. Ice Ice Outpost is actually, it's kind of grown on me a little bit. When it came out originally, I thought it was so lame. To me, it was just kind of boring, not a lot going on. But the layout has grown on me, and I think it gives pretty good races, but still doesn't speak great track to me. So I think it's a B. It's a B. Hyrule Circuit. This is a classic. This is easy A, might be S. This is tough. I think it'll go in the A, but we'll move up to S group. I think that's where it'll stay for now. Because B and A are looking pretty bloated right now, which I think is just a good thing to say about Mario Kart 8 is that there's really no bad tracks. Besides these down here, there's not really any tracks that I would say are bad, which I think is pretty good about Mario Kart 8. Because some of the other Mario Karts, they're just tracks that you would never want to play. Baby Park is sometimes one of them. It really depends on the mood you're in. Objectively, Baby Park is not a good track. I think everyone can agree on that. But it's honestly just a track for shits and giggles. I could put it in double S tier for the memes, but I think in reality it's a D tier. It's just a D tier track. Sunshine Airport. I like this one. This one's pretty good. The layout is a little simple, and for some reason they put two gliders within 5 seconds of each other. But I do like it. I think the airport theme is really cool. There's a lot of little Easter eggs and like the signs and stuff. Easy A for sure. And if you didn't know, if you go off the glider when a plane is flying by, you can trick off the wing of the airplane, which is really cool. That's a fun fact. I don't think I've ever done it before, but I will one day. Cheeseland, oh no. This is not good. Cheeseland is not that good of a track. It's a stupid bagging track. It's like Dry Desert where it has too much off-road, but it's also worse. It also looks worse than Dry Desert. They didn't even put the mouse from the original. There's like little mice that run around with cheese. They couldn't even put that. They just put two chain chomps that are barely even hazards. And they put like two shortcuts that make it one of the biggest luck tracks in the whole game. I don't like it. I'm actually going to put it below Baby Park. Boom. Wild Woods. Easy A, I think. I don't know if it's S, but easy A for sure. Just fun to play. Same with Animal Crossing, to be honest. Although I suppose it depends on which season you get. But since spring is the default, I think, or is it summer? No, I think spring's the default. I'll base it off of that. In which it's fine. It's kind of fun. And I think we like it for that. It's a fun track. Boom, right in the A. Neo Bowser City, another good Mario Kart 7 track. I like this one a lot. The part where you're snaking back and forth is really fun. When you're going through the tunnel and there's like the thin bridge kind of area. This might be an S tier actually. Hold on, pause. Boom. I really like that track. Boom. Ribbon Road. Dude, this might be another S tier. What the heck's going on? This is another really good one. The wavy road is cool. You can go on the blocks on the side to do little shortcuts. It's a fun time. The Kung Fu Panda poster with Lakitu is cool. And I like these little clown guys that move back and forth. They just look cool. Super Bell Subway, easy A. I think that goes without saying. Pretty solid track without a doubt. I like the trains. I like the subway. Bam. Big Blue, double S, boom. Goes without saying. Definitely easy top 10 track in the game without a doubt. Easy top 10. Well, just like Mount Wario, it's a one-lap track. All the sections are very memorable and pure fun. Okay, so now we're getting into the new Mario Kart 8 DLC tracks. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know where to place most of these city tracks because I don't even know like the layouts for some of them still. Like Amsterdam and Berlin, like I've only played them 10 times. I don't even care about these tracks. They're Mario Kart Tour and Mario Kart Tour sucks. So the ones I do know I'll try to put a little better, but Paris Promenade, that's a C. It's I like the song, I guess, on the track, and there's the Eiffel Tower, which is cool. But I don't know. Never really stood out to me. I think C is right, a perfect spot for it. Now Toad Circuit. This is when I was saying that Mario Kart Stadium is like a pretty decent starting track. I think Toad Circuit is right there. I think Shea Frillis said this was like the third worst track in the game, and I think he's tripping. I don't know what he was smoking, but this is definitely not one of the bottom 3 tracks in the game. Don't know what he was thinking. I'll put it right next to Mario Kart Stadium. Coconut Mall Classic, boom, S. I don't think it's a double S, but it's a pretty good track nonetheless. I don't think there will ever be a way to make Coconut Mall bad, but pretty good track. Chaco Mountain, I do like Chaco Mountain quite a bit. It is a little bit on the simpler side in terms of layout and visuals and design in general, but it's definitely a fun time. And I think it's a high B. Tokyo Blur, this is like a D tier this is like a D tier to be honest. This track is so short and like I don't even know. It's like a blur. It's literally called Tokyo Blur. It's like a blur in my mind. That's how like stupid this track is. D is perfect for it. Boom. Get roasted. Mushroom Gorge. Baller track. I think this might be S. This might be S. The mushroom section is actually manageable. I thought that if they would ever add this track to Mario Kart 8, the mushroom section would be basically terrible. And it's almost bad. It's not though. It's better than the Wii version because if there's a shock, you don't get target shocked every single time. And yeah, you can still do the gap cut at the end. I'm so glad they kept that. If they got rid of it, it would have been in C tier. But yeah, it's fun. Easy S. Wow. Shroom Ridge. Oh my god, another classic. This is like borderline S tier track. Shroom Ridge has always been one of my favorite tracks. Ah, screw it, we'll put it in S. I love this track so much. It's one of the car tracks that is actually not mind numbing. Like Toad's Turnpike is one of those car tracks that you just don't want to play. Shroom Ridge is definitely better. And they added a little shortcut at the end where you can bounce off the pipe, and we love that. We love them adding things to these old retro tracks to make them better. Ninja Hideaway. This is actually a Mario Kart Tour original. That is not bad. It's actually good. This track is definitely one of the most unique layouts of any track, just with the moving parts and There's like pretty much every part of the track is like 2 levels to it, where you can either be on the top or the bottom. And it's just a really interesting track. Definitely one of the more unique ones. New York Minute. This is another C, to be honest. I mean, it's kind of like Tokyo Blur in that it's short, but this one's at least more memorable to me. With like all the signs, obviously like Times Square. I just think it's better than Tokyo Blur in every way. Mario Circuit 3, D. I don't even know why they put this track in Mario Kart 8. It's never really been that fun of a track. It's always been a luck track, just with how much off-road there is to cut off. But I don't even know why they brought it back. There's so many. Like, even if they did bring it back, they should have like added something to it. They could have given it like the Mario Circuit treatment, but they didn't do anything to it. It's just flat, just like it was 20 years ago. So don't know what they expected. Calamari Desert is good. I do think it's interesting what they did, how the path changes throughout the laps, but I don't know. It's never it didn't wow me too much, but I still think it's a pretty solid track. I don't think Calamari Desert was ever bad. Like, it was in Mario Kart 7 and it was good in that game, and obviously it was good in the original. So I think B tier is right where it belongs. Waluigi Pinball. I think this is another one that's kind of overhyped, just like Electrodrome, but this one's definitely better than Electrodrome. This might be S, but I'll leave it an A for now. My only problem with Waluigi Pinball is just the lack of. There's no shortcuts. There's kind of nothing to it other than the pinball that chases you. I think the reason why everyone loves it so much is because of the theming is great. It's definitely one of the most unique themes because it's in a pinball machine, and because of that, it is really cool. I understand why it's a fan favorite, but I don't think I would go as far to put it up here. Now, Sydney Sprint is actually one of the better city tracks. This one I actually remember more than all the other ones. And I think this one's easy A. Easy A for sure. The song is great. And it's just solid. You go through the. Why can I not remember the name of this right now? I don't know why I can't remember the name of this. What the heck? This is weird. But yeah, it's awesome. Now, Snowland is interesting. It looks great. I think it's nice how they changed it from the original on the Game Boy Advance, but it does have that big shortcut in it, and I just don't understand. Like, it's definitely a cool shortcut. I think more tracks should have more cool shortcuts like that, but it saves too much time. And it kind of turns into another luck track like Mario Circuit 3 or Cheese Land, but it's definitely better than those, so I think it's better. Rock Mountain, it kind of suffers from the same thing as Snowland, but I like it better, so it goes in B. There's just a lot of off-road you can cut off, and it turns into another luck track, which I think every Mario Kart needs luck tracks. They all need a few of them, but I don't know. Sometimes they're just annoying, and for that reason, I usually wouldn't rank them as high. So, yeah, but this is another pretty solid track. Definitely a favorite from Mario Kart 7, but I just wish it played a little better. Merry Mountain, who the hell cares? I don't even remember what this track is. It's a D tier, who the hell cares? Half of the track. Okay, this is actually a track where the majority of it is a straightaway. Leave the whole end of the track in the first, I don't know, 5 seconds is a straightaway. Why would they do that? And it's not even fun. There's not even like boost panels. You just go straight. I don't want to play a video game where I press one button the whole time. London Loop. I don't even know what this track is. I'll just put it next to Paris Promenade. I don't even know what that is. Blue Lake is fun though. This is A, I think. This is fun. It looks cool. Even though it's underwater, it's not as noticeable because you're only like underwater for one turn, and that's kind of it. And I really like what they did, how they made it. Like, this one makes sense to go above and underwater because it's on a lake. It's like Broken Pier, via that other track that exists. So yeah, Maple Treeway S. Boom. Goes without saying, S tier. I don't think Maple Treeway's ever been bad and it'll never be bad. Boom. Enough said. Berlin Byways, who the hell cares? I don't. Peach Gardens, S. This track is it's so cool. I like how they made the last lap, you go backwards, which is cool, which I think is a reference to like the Mario Kart TS, how in the mission mode, there was a mission where you raced Bowser backwards on Peach Gardens. So cool little throwback, although it would be even cooler if they brought back mission mode, which they probably never will, because Nintendo is the anti-fun police. But we love that. My only gripe about this track is they made the layout easier for some reason. Like there's less hedges in the where the picture is in this part of the track. There's less hedges, and where the peace sign is later in the track, they just got rid of it and put a giant piranha plant, which is kind of like the opposite. And like I'm trying to spread peace and love. I'm not trying to spread war and destruction. What the heck? Uh, Good track though. 3S Rainbow Road, honestly legendary. This is a high S for sure. Definitely one of the best Rainbow Roads of any Mario Kart game for sure. I think enough said. Tour Amsterdam Drift, who the hell cares? I don't care. Riverside Park, kind of simple in design, but I think just the turns allow you to get a lot of mini turbos. You can play it fast. I think it's a low B, but not too shabby. Not too shabby. DK Summit, this is an S tier, easily, I think. The fact that they kept the double shortcut in is nice. The way you do it is differently, and sometimes it can be kind of jank, but I still like that they kept it in there. The only thing that's weird about this track is the half pipes can sometimes fling you into the air for no reason, so sometimes they don't work. It's weird. It's just a physics quirk, but the track itself is still really good. Yoshi's Island is another really good track. I really like this one. An original from Mario Kart Tour. It's really fun. The theming is great. All the special little sound effects it has unique coins like Hyrule Circuit or Animal Crossing. And the little red road that appears when you hit the cloud that's a cool mechanic. I like that. And it's a really good track. Bangkok Rush. This is another city track that like I actually remember and I think is pretty good. This might be an A tier. I like this one. Boom. Mario Circuit or DS Mario Circuit. This has always been one of my favorite Mario Circuit tracks out of like all of them. This one I'll put an A and it might move up to S. But yeah, easily really good track. The piranha plants that spit fire at you. Boom. Love it. Waluigi Stadium, it just keeps getting better. Oh my god, put it in S. What the heck? That's the thing about, the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC is that they chose a lot of fan favorites. And good thing they did, because then it wouldn't be worth $25. But yeah, they just chose a lot of good tracks. Singapore Speedway. This is another city track that is more memorable to me. I don't think it's as good as Bangkok or Sydney Sprint, but it's pretty solid. Same with Vancouver Velocity. I don't think it's the best one, but I do like it more than whatever these ones are down here. So, yeah. Ooh, Athens Dash. Ooh, ooh. This is one where I think the layout is fun, but it's so ugly. Everything is the same brown color. I don't know why they made it like that. They could have been a lot more colorful. But the layout is pretty good. I think I'll put it in high C tier. No, I take that back. B tier. But I don't know, it's just so ugly and it's the only thing I can think about when I play it. Daisy Cruiser, banger. Definitely a banger. This might be an S tier. This is what these other ones, where it's an A, it might be S. Hard to go wrong with this one. It's just, I love the theming on a giant cruise ship, and it's fun. Boom. Moonview Highway. Oh, love this track. This one's so fun. This is another good car track like Sherm Ridge. This is definitely an S. The only thing I don't get about this track is for some reason they made it so that the boost panels have different layouts, kind of like Excitebike Arena. I'm not sure why they did that, but maybe it's just because I'm so used to the original layout that it throws me off. But very solid track. Squeaky Clean Sprint. This is another good one. This might be double S. This is in the running for double S. That is a really fun one. Some of the Mario Kart Tour tracks are just really good, like the original ones. If only they had that creativity when they made, I don't know, Thwomp Ruins. But yeah, really good. Great theming. Giant bathtub. Los Angeles Laps is another city track that is more memorable to me. I quite like this one. This is A. I'll just put it in the middle of A. This one's pretty good. Sunset Wilds is rough. This is D tier. They couldn't even put the sunset in the sunset that's in the name of the track. They couldn't even put that in the new game. It's in the original on the Game Boy Advance. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, the sky will change colors depending on what lap it is, and they have that in the Game Boy Advance. They have it in the Mario Kart Tour version, but they don't have it in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe version. So what the heck, man? I don't understand why Nintendo would do this. I wouldn't put an F though, but it's definitely not good. I'll put Baby Park. Koopa Cape S, easiest, literally easiest S I've ever heard. Such a good track. So fun going down the water stream with the ramps. The only thing I wish they kept about Koopa Cape is I wish they kept the tunnel with the water and the zappers. It made it so chaotic and so fun to dodge everything, but because they got the underwater mechanic, they think they gotta use it and ruin every track. So stupid. Madrid Drive, I don't even know. Put it there. Rosalina's Ice World. This is another Mario Kart 7 classic, but I don't think it's too special in Mario Kart 8. I'll put it in A, but I'll put it in the low A. Bowser Castle 3. This is a fun one. This is definitely a fun one. I really like what they did with the ramps and like you go up the you just go up the lava. It's really cool. This track is fast. It has good races. Enough said. Wii Rainbow Road, another classic. One of the better Rainbow Roads. I think the Mario Kart 7 Rainbow Road is better, but this is definitely an S. Let me make sure. No, yeah, I think it's an S. I think it's an S. Rome Avanti. This is another city track that I like better than the other ones. Whatever these ones are down here. And I think it's A. I think A is a good pick. DK Mountain, oh my god. Such a beautiful track. It looks so good in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They kept the shortcut. And this is S, might be double S. Might just have to be there. Daisy Circuit, not a fan of it in Mario Kart Wii, but in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I just don't think it's as bad. I think the Mario Kart 8, just the way Mario Kart 8 drives, I think it helps out Daisy Circuit, and it's still not that great. I mean, it's still quite a simple layout, but definitely better than it is in Mario Kart Wii. And the final one, Piranha Plant Cove. Another Mario Kart Tour original. But just like the other ones, I really like the layout. And this is an underwater track that I don't mind so much because there's a lot of cool shortcuts you can do. Because when you're going in the water, you're always like jumping into it, and you can like cut the corners really tight and fly over the walls, and it's really cool. This is an easy A, I think. Okay, so now that all of them are ordered, well, not really ordered, but now that I have all of them placed in tiers, I want to fill this SS tier a little bit more. I want to put what I think is my top 10 favorite tracks in the double S tier. So these three are already up here. That's already easy. But what should join them? That is the question. I think Squeaky clean sprint, gotta be up there. What else? What else deserves to be in the double S tier? I think Rainbow Road and DK Mountain deserve to be up there. So that's 6, so 4 more from the S tier. What should I pick? I think one standing out to me right now, Maple Treeway. That definitely deserves to be up there. I think Music Park, another one that deserves to be up there. Now this is getting a little tough, because, I think, because right now I'm looking at Koopa Cape, and it's really standing out to me. We'll go with Koopa Cape. And one more for my top 10, at least in my mind right now, making this tier list on the spot. Another one I would put in the top 10 is I don't know. I don't know. Yoshi's Island. Boom. I think it deserves it. As one of the Mario Kart Tour originals, I think it's probably my favorite. Close second, though, Ninja Hideaway. So I guess now I can, to make this tier list a little less bloated, to make it more like a bell curve, we can start adding these higher A tier tracks into the S tier. So now, I guess now I can add some of these lower A tier tracks I can put in the B tier, like Rosalina's Ice World, Tor Avanti, and I think that's fine actually. I think Mario Kart 8 should be more of a top heavy list. Like these three tiers down here. Like it makes sense why they're smaller. There's just a lot of good tracks in Mario Kart 8 now. I think that's gonna do it. I think I've proved Shea Frillis wrong in the most inarguable argument ever. I don't know how he's gonna handle this. I doubt he'll ever see this video, but if you're watching this, Shea Frillis, I just want you to know that I'm better than you, and I'll 1v1 you in Mario Kart, and if I win, my tier list becomes the official Mario Kart 8 tier list, and if you win, your tier list becomes the official Mario Kart 8 tier list. And if we tie, then we'll let the world decide. And with that, we gone!